Hello, my name is Abby Fletcher. I go to Fenton Community Schools, and I'm in the 6th grade. I'm here to tell you why zoos should be banned. My 3 major points are 1. Stress, 2. Enclosure, and 3. Falsely protecting endangered species. My first major point is stress. According to Wanda Embar from the College of Illinois University, who studies animals' rights in zoos, has proven through multiple studies that animals in zoos become very stressed from living in cages and behind bars. Animals that are found biting the bars and banging on the cages are showing signs of distress. Animals are not allowed to roam free. In fact, a couple of years ago, in the Milwaukee County Zoo in Wisconsin, lived an elephant that continuously swayed its trunk back and forth. A little girl noticed this and asked her mom, "What is the elephant doing?" Her mom said that it was dancing. I wish that were true, but it was actually showing signs of distress. Some other popular signs of stress are licking and picking, rocking, sitting motionly, or repeatedly retracing their steps. A polar bear's natural instinct is to hunt for food, but in zoos, food is brought to them, which takes away their instinct to hunt and contributes to their stress. Constant crowds and flashbulbs from camera increase stress also. My second major point is enclosures. According to Virginia McKenna from the Wildlife Federation, who is an active campaignee in behalf of captive animals, also founded Mercy for Animals, states that most zoos' enclosures are quite small. Animals' behavior is seldom discussed, and their natural needs are almost never met. Birds' wings are clipped so they cannot fly, aquatic animals have little water, and large animals who often live in large herds or family groups often live alone or at best in pairs. The animals are closely confined, lack privacy, and receive very little physical exercise, which can result in abnormal and destructive behavior. Rob Atkinson, head of wildlife science at the RSPCA, has found zoo enclosures for elephants are 60 to 100 times smaller than the smallest wild territories. African elephants can roam over 2,000 square miles, and Asian elephants over 300 square miles, making a typical elephant enclosure inadequate. My third point is falsely protecting endangered species. According to Wanda Embar at Me for Animals, zoos officials are usually favored exotic or popular crowd drawing animals, which leads to neglect for the smaller species. In fact, most animals housed in zoos are not endangered and have no plans on being released into the wild. A report released by the World Society for the Protection of Animals showed that only 1,200 zoos out of 10,000 worldwide are registered for captive breeding and wildlife conservation. Only 2% of the world's threatened species are registered in breeding programs. George Schaller, the scientific director of the Bronx Zoo in New York City, has come forward stating zoos actually contribute to near extinction of giant pandas because of the constant shuffling of animals from one zoo to another for display. Also, recently, a giant panda in the National Zoo of Washington, D.C. gave birth to a baby and it died at only 1 week old. The Smithsonian Conservation Biology Institute did a study, and their theory is that giant pandas cannot reproduce successfully when in an enclosure because land near humans is inadequate for giant pandas. They published this in the International Journal of Ecology. My 3 points to why zoos should be banned are 1. Stress, 2. Enclosures, and 3. Falsely protecting endangered species. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Harrison Fegan, and I'm a 6th grader from Fenton Middle School. I'm here to say that zoos should not be banned, and for these reasons. Zoos are educational, they protect endangered animals, and they provide an environment to study animals closely. For my first point, zoos are educational. As far back as 1898, the New York Zoology Department has been taking measures to inform the public of the great decrease in animal life. Many schools take children to zoos to teach them about nature, the environment, endangered species, and conservation. Detroit Zoo alone hosts more than 122,000 children and teachers annually, according to the websites. Programs like the Detroit Zoo's Tomorrow's Zoo Today make animal studies more accessible to interested students by having a centralized and localized area to study animals that would otherwise be inaccessible due to sheer distance limitations. For my second point, zoos protect endangered animals. One of the main functions of zoos is to breed endangered animals in captivity. The Australian government responded to a 90% drop in the Tasmanian devil population, precipitated nationwide breeding. Programs such as the Piping Plover Conservation Program at the Detroit Zoo help by incubating abandoned eggs that will never reach maturity. Animals living in the wild usually only come into contact with people through confrontational times. The animals may prey on livestock or eat farmers' crops. As a result, they are considered pests and are destroyed. In good zoos, people can see that these animals are not just capable of pesky behavior, but lead complex lives. They can help people to save the animal and the habitat needed to keep the animal alive in the wild. For my third point, zoos help provide an environment to study animals more closely. Zoos support scientific research. Observation of animals in close corners can reveal information such as plant preferences that can help field scientists in conservation efforts. The money raised through admission and donations help fund scientists, pay, and research programs that would otherwise not be possible. They make otherwise inaccessible animals available for study. For example, a 2011 study completed at zoos across the UK and US found happiness extended the lives of gorillas up to 11 years. The study could only be carried out when zookeepers could observe them. I'm Harrison Fegan. My 3 points are: zoos are educational, they protect endangered animals, and they provide an environment to study animals closely. Thank you for your attention.
For my opponent's first point, zoos are educational. You don't have to see the animals in person because you can see pictures online or in books. And other people have researched these animals in the wild when they're on safari and they're acting normal. According to my research, they don't act normal when they're in enclosures because they're stressed. For his second point, he said that in good zoos, they are happy, but not all zoos are good. For his third point, he said that they were happy with the containing of gorillas in enclosures, but that's only gorillas. That's not all the zoo animals. My 3 major points, again, were 1, stress, 2, enclosures, and 3, falsely protecting species from extinction. Thank you.
Hi. For my opponent's third point, zoos cause animals stress. As a lot of zoos replace all metal hard cages for those animals used to roaming around large territories. Being confined in just a small area reduces boredom, which results in patience. Good zoos provide companionship, toys, and hide pieces of food so that the animals have to go search for it, as in the wild. My opponent's second point, they do not have enough space in enclosures. Zoos have, well, that's practically like what I just said before, that for the animals that are used to living in large areas, they replace metal barred cages with large roaming areas. For her third point, false protection of animals, they are regulated and misrepresented and be destroyed by the regulation agency resulting in closure of non-compliant zoos. Practically means if zoos weren't protecting animals, they would already be closed. I'm Harrison Fegan. My 3 points are: zoos are educational, they protect endangered animals, and they give an area where animals can be closely studied. Thank you for your attention.
My opponent has said that they have replaced cages mostly with large areas where they can roam around. But like I said, elephant enclosures are 60 to 100 times smaller than they could be in the wild, which means even though they can roam around, they can roam around even more in the wild, and they would act normal and not be stressed. He said, yes, they do feed them, and they put them on a little scavenger hunt to go find their food, but they still can't hunt for their food, as if finding a mouse, for example, and killing it. Zoos do protect some animals, but they, like I said in my giant panda research, they cannot reproduce correctly. Again, my 3 points were 1, stress, 2, enclosures, and 3, falsely protecting endangered animals. Thank you for your attention.
My opponent said that my second point, zoos, that good zoos replace good zoos whose people can see that in good zoos he said that not all zoos were good zoos, but most zoos do the things that good zoos do anyways, even if they're not good, just so they look like they're good zoos. And he also said that the study for the gorillas, that happiness can save their life for 11 years, that's just an example. They probably have more studies about more animals. My name is Harrison Fegan, and my 3 points are: our zoos are educational, they protect endangered animals, and they provide an environment to study animals closely. Thank you for your attention.
Lots of practice. There's no commentary this time. We're just going to score.
They said all the comments.
Don't think anything else. The bad thing is
No comments because they've already been commented on.
Well, they don't like that. If they had the kids, that would be
Oh. Grandma.
I'd rather beat somebody. Just that's my opinion. Oh, I don't care if you mark me down. I don't care if you mark me down. No, this will be good. No handshakes.
No.
You're supposed to shake hands and invite all your family and your friends and everything to vote.
Just exactly what did you two bet each other and what did the judges get?
I don't know this person. So I get a better
I think the scorekeeper must have done the action.
Yeah.
Okay. Abby, 23.5. Harrison, 21.0. You are.
Good job, guys.